Hello everyone and welcome to another Friday Night Pint live. It's me here with Ryan and we have Nick, but not the Nick that you're used to. We got the C out and it's just N-I-K, Nick Tucker, our old mate. Nick, great to finally have you on here, mate.
Yeah, you got the better looking one in, ain't you?
Yeah, younger, better looking. That's right.
Younger. Oh, I'll take younger, mate.
I thought, I'll put that out. You know what I mean? Oh, listen, people don't know, do they? They have no idea. So, yeah, listen, it's obviously you've been coming on fan cams. You've been on the post-match pint or two for years. So it's good to finally have you on Friday Night Pint.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Cross Hammers and West Ham Metalheads. You see Scott sporting one of the shirts recently. The new release.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, you have the new shirt. We made to order. That's better than giving money to the club, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Give it to proper fans like who are out there doing their merch and all of that good stuff. So, but it's been a bit of a weird one, like international break. It's been a real dull one. Not much going on. We really had to. God, this week it's been a tricky one, isn't it? There's stuff to talk about, but we'll talk about Antonio's.
Dan, at the beginning when you said we got rid of the C, I was wondering where you was going with that. When you said we took the C out and replaced him with this Nick, I was thinking, what C you on about? Are you calling him a certain?
Well, do you know what? It's appropriate since how much he uses that word, isn't it? So we then kind of took the C out.
Do you know what? I'm just here with the hair and the flair. You know, I've got to bring the flair to the game.
Do you know what? Now Jace has gone bald. It's like you and Scott are the last holdouts of hair.
Well, you say that. I think Scott's cleaning on a bit, but I'm all right. Yeah. I've still got a full head of hair, so I'm all right. I'm doing well. I'm going really strong. Well, yeah, I've got good genes in the family, so hopefully I'm just happy. Most of the people I know are bald, so.
You're morphing into Elvis, mate. That's what you're doing, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're getting it all done now, like the old Elvis.
I'm actually due. I'll go for an haircut tomorrow. It's getting a bit long around the sides. I'm getting the sideburns.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain.
Yeah, I know. All that. The only good thing is all that money you save on haircuts.
Yeah, I spend on razors, mate.
Yeah.
That's it. No, but this is it. I listen, I'm not sponsored, Nick, but you get one of these bad boys. And you just run it round your head, mate. That's what I do. Job done, mate. No, that raise.
Where'd you get that from? Part of the gold empire? Was it part of the old Ann Summers collection? Or what?
Whoa. I'm telling you, Nick, this is a revelation. Any baldies in the chat know about you get one of these head shavers, mate. No pissing about leaving over the sink, getting all wet and having to do all of that nice and quick. So, yeah, honestly. But yeah, we'll start with the Antonio stuff because he seems to have been like training with the under-21s for a while. And it was rumored he may come back. He was going to get a place in the squad. And then when it seemed that wasn't going to happen, we've allowed him to train with us anyway. Then it's come out that he's cut ties with West Ham. And now he's gone off to Brentford to try and play for them. And
I read somewhere that they don't want to sign him.
Yeah. This is it. Well, he's been training for them, and apparently they're not interested. And let's be honest with you, like, oh, my mic's low. Do you know what? I forgot to bring my mic down. There we go. Thanks, Josiah. Yeah, no, like this is it. Who's gonna want Antonio? And there's no disrespect. He's been a great servant for the club, but he's 35. He broke both his legs or whatever it is. He was in a car accident. Hasn't played any competitive football, proper football. I'm not talking about playing for Jamaica since like December. It's been like 10 months since he's properly played.
Yeah, I think it's hard for Antonio, isn't it? As a player, he obviously didn't want his career to end the way it did, especially at West Ham, and he wants to try somewhere else. I can't see him getting into another Premier League team. I could see him maybe dropping down to the Championship and playing there, maybe signing for someone. But who's going to take that risk? Because I think he's only like one tackle away from really damaging himself. So is it worth it? You know, I said it the other month. He should just retire, going to doing stuff that he enjoys, like he does the punditry. I think he does that really well. He's a good character. He does the podcast. I think he'll have a good career in the media. So I know it's hard, and it must be hard for a professional player to hang up their boots. But yeah, when he said cut ties with West Ham, I sort of, I think that it was worded wrong. I mean, we cut ties with him when we didn't renew his contract. So we've done well to let him train at the club and use the facilities. But if he's going to start going around other clubs now to try to find a contract for himself, then fair play to him.
He's not a West Ham player now, so I don't give a monkeys now. He's gone. Do you know what I mean? So I wish him well, but I'm not worrying any time about him now. Do you know what I mean? Cut ties. I thought he'd gone ages ago.
Yeah, it's that word. I didn't know. Like, that's the bit that got me. It weren't, he's no longer training. When it's cut ties, it's like, well, I'm not associated with you anymore. I'm done with you. Like, it has a very negative sound to it. That
connotations that it does, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, after all we did for him and stood by him, and listen, look, if he's got a problem with the ownership, we all have. But it's just that wording. I don't know. I took it a little bit personal as a West Ham fan.
Yeah, cut ties. Yeah, it is like, basically, it sounds like he's saying, that's it now. I'm done with West Ham. I don't want anything to do with West Ham anymore. Don't want to be connected to the club. But I don't think Antonio would have meant it like that. Maybe it's just the way he worded it. He loves the football club, and I think deep down, we all love him. He's been a great servant for us. Part of
it's probably the translation of it, of whoever's written cut ties, like with the German manager. You know what I mean? He was about giving the fans stuff. You know what I mean? It's stuff's lost in translation, isn't it? They mean something else when they say it. And we read into it, and you think something else, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know what? It's just, I think it's coupled with, I think he'd done an interview recently and he was talking about, I can't remember what the player he was talking about who left the club, and he was talking about loyalty and how clubs aren't loyal to players anymore. Someone in the chat will remember what player it was. A player at another club, not a West Ham player. So, and he was saying basically about how clubs aren't loyal to players anymore. So why should players be loyal to clubs? So that on top of that, I don't know whether it's something there. I mean, he should be really grateful and happy for his time at West Ham, and hopefully he's someone we can come back and hold him in high regard and do that. But I get it. He's had his career taken away from him rather than him make the decision, so it is hard. But it was about Isak. That's it. Shout out to Joe. It was about Isak. He was covering the Isak thing.
Well, they're loyal to that. Most of them, most players don't get it. No, don't be under any illusion. Most of them are into that. They're loyal to that. Nothing else. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, especially Isak, foreign players coming in. Do you know what I mean? They don't give a monkeys about history and that. I think the days of having a noble in our ranks are going. Although you hope Pottsville might be one. Being loyal to us and.
You don't.
I think you're right. I think there's no contracts. Don't mean nothing anymore, do they? I mean, we've seen players sign new 5-year deals and they leave after a couple of seasons. It's they just go where the money is. But I'm a bit. I've got a soft spot for Antonio. I really have. I liked him as a player. I always thought that he was a great character, and as I said, he's part of our history. That team that's the last game at the Bowling, team that lifted the Conference League trophy. Top goal scorer in the Premier League of all time for now, until Bowen takes him over. It's a sad way for him to end. But look, if he's got, as I said, if he's going to move around now and try to find another club and maybe try to get 6 months of this season to play somewhere, then good luck to him.
Yeah, he's got to go abroad, in my opinion, in a league that's not as physical, maybe a bit slower. It's one of them leagues,
He'd be settled in he'd like Germany, wouldn't he, with the motorways? Go as fast as he wants then, can't he?
Yeah. Oh, God. Shout out to Rich, £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Rich. Give this to Antonio to help until he's working again. Loved the video earlier, Dan. Was it Maysbrook Park? Come on, you irons. Yes, it was Maysbrook Park, mate. A local park. You can go there and not worry about your camera getting nicked if you're on your toes. So sometimes I do like filming there. Then on the mean streets of Narm. The
mean streets of Notting Hill and Chelsea.
I wish, mate. Yeah, but Carl McCauley was one, and it was an interesting one. He didn't get sacked immediately with Potter, which was very interesting because Potter was sacked, all his backroom staff was sacked, but we kept Carl McCauley, and now he's just been sacked. And from what I read earlier, someone quoted to X, was that Nuno didn't want to work with him. Carl McCauley, which is why he was moved on.
He was the head of recruitment, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, yeah.
So,
Carl McCauley, the head of recruitment.
So what's he done good then? Who's he recruited?
I think
I'll be honest, I've never heard of him. I've only heard about him because I've read about it. Now someone's been sacked, and I looked at him.
Yeah,
I have no idea who he is.
He followed Graham Potter everywhere. Every club he's gone to, he's followed Graham Potter. Now,
well, then he should leave, shouldn't he? He should go.
Yeah. But funny enough, Chelsea kept him. We had to buy him out of Chelsea. So when Chelsea sacked Potter, they kept Carl McCauley, and then we bought him at the contract, and then got him to West Ham. So yeah, Nick done a video on it earlier. He had a short window. I think Magassa, and this is what I was talking about. I think Magassa's one that was definitely his, but apparently the youth was Max Hans, the guy Stites brought in, recruitment analyst guy. But it's interesting, wouldn't you, that if Nuno don't want to, because they would have kept him, but it seems Nuno's like, nah, I don't need that guy.
I mean, I said it on when we filmed post-match pint after the Arsenal game, that the next 2 weeks in the international break is when we're going to see Nuno get his backroom staff in, and if there's people there that he doesn't want to work with, then fair play. I mean, that's what he's got to do. You know, apparently he's going to look to bring in maybe Mark Robson and Steve Potts into the first team coaching staff because he's been impressed with them. So that'll be a big boost for them. Great career move for them to be involved in the first team, and they're both good coaches as well. So yeah, this next 2 weeks is big for Nuno. Now he's going to get his backroom staff in, and he's going to put his stamp on the team and the football club. And look, if he don't want to work with these sort of people, you know, look, there's nothing this bloke can do now until January anyway. So he's basically, So I don't really know what the point of him was. Obviously, Potter just wanted to get him in. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about it.
No. That's it, mate. And he's, like I said, you want someone involved in the recruitment. What we don't want is it being left to Sullivan and his agents, right? You want some sort of process. Apparently, there was talks of promoting Max Hahn, the analyst that Stites brought in, but he's umming and ahhing because he's linked with different clubs. So as long as someone's doing it other than Sullivan, if it's Nuno and he's going to just be in charge of recruitment and have a few guys under him, that's great. I just don't want Sullivan in charge and getting his mates on it. That's the last thing we want. You know,
I think Nuno could be involved more in the transfer side. I think that there's players that he want to identify. I'm sure they're already talking about it, mate. They're already planning for January because it's not that far away. It's only like a couple of months. You know, we're nearly like midway through October, so they're going to start planning. And we know our squad is not good enough. You know, the players are letting us down so far this season. We've played 7 games now. We've lost 5, won 1, drawn 1. It's not good enough. We're second from bottom in the Premier League. You know, we need to start moving up. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves getting relegated this season, which I still don't think will happen. But Nuno's got a big job on his hands. And as we've always said, he has got a good first 11 there if he gets it right. But it's just we need a few more players.
Yeah.
I think Nuno has done all the right things so far. Do you know what I mean? We've got to give him a chance and see what happens. It's like I say, he'll mould the team how he wants them, and he'll get rid of who he wants, and he'll put in who he wants, and he'll promote who he wants, and that's what you want. I want a manager to have some balls about him, and he'll decide what he's doing, and that's what he's doing. You know, without being a bit like Potter, where he was, you know, he got rid of some too quickly for me. So that's what you want. You want them to be the manager. Do you know what I mean? We don't want our owners to be the manager. Do you know what I mean?
I still can't believe that Nuno's our manager. It's just mad how it's happened in the space of the last 3 weeks because he's a manager that we spoke about ages ago, and then like he had that great season with Forest, and then you think like we thought we was going to be stuck with Potter. I mean, we done our pre-season, our season predictions, and we all predicted that Potter was going to be there for the rest of the season. It was only 3 weeks later he got sacked. So it's not
because he had that clause, didn't he?
Yeah,
In
and
his
everything
contract.
I've seen of Nuno so far, I've been very impressed with, and I think we're in the right hands under Nuno. I really do.
I'm just at that point right now with Nuno where I'm just going all in on the geezer, because whether it fails or whatever, just go all in on him, because I can't be asked to do this manager merry-go-round and we're shit for 3 months and who's the next manager. If we go down, then keep Nuno and let him be the one to take us up, as far as I'm concerned, because I can't be asked to keep switching managers.
It makes it a lot easier that he's quite a likable character as well, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
That makes it
a lot easier. You know what I mean? He's a very likable character, and you don't hear anyone really slating him that much. You know what I mean? He's just a nice character, and that does, like I say, that makes it so much easier. Even if we go down, we went down. He was a nice character, you know.
Even his first game in charge at Everton, I just loved his passion on the touchline. And I think the players have responded to him. Look, Arsenal was always going to be a difficult test, you know.
Yeah.
But it's about the next 5 games that we've got coming up, and Brentford at home on Monday, next Monday, is a tough game for him. But you know, he wanted to get his first win at home against Brentford. So yeah, no, it's gonna. But I think we're all right with Nuno. I like him. I think he's going to do well.
Yeah, I'm seeing reports that says like he has this quiet authority about him, where players know they need to respect him. Basically, he's not a pushover. Like he commands respect, but he's not one of these that shouts and screams at players. But you can see the way he carries himself. Do you know what I mean? People respect him.
Players should always respect their manager, but the vice versa, the managers should always respect the players as well. So I think you can see through the videos that the club have released over the past few weeks at the training ground, you can just see the difference already. Even in Nuno's first training sessions, you know, they all want to impress him, because there's players there that might not have been getting a chance under Potter, like someone like Potts didn't get a look in under Potter this season. As soon as Nuno comes in, bang, he's straight in again. Same as Callum Marshall. He's seen something in Callum Marshall. He could have played Wilson last week, but he brought on Callum Marshall because he thought, you know what, I've watched him for the under-23s. He's doing well. You know, I like his movement. I think he can add something. So it's good to see. And we've always wanted to see managers promote the youth. You know, we've grown up with managers bringing youth through. And that when people talk about the West Ham way, that is one of the things of the West Ham way, is that we like to see our own come through. And hopefully they'll have a good season.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, and that's the big thing with the youth. What we do hope is, like we said on PMP, is that he's not catfished us like Potter did by chucking in some youth just to win over the fans, and it is going to be something we see consistently, you know, especially with top talented youth like Freddie Potts. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree.
But yeah, like I said, likability I think is important with a manager. Look, we know football wise, we've talked about the style of play a lot as fans, and we do like to see our team play a better brand of football. But I just think at this point, I'm just past it, because we went from Moyes to Lopetegui. The football was shit under Lopetegui. The football was shit under Graham Potter. Right now, let's just get a manager that can keep us stable while we focus on Sullivan and getting him out of the club. Like, that's where all of the energy needs to be. And I did a video someone alluded to about if I regretted being Moyes out. And my only big regret from that time, the main thing that I had, was that the focus was so much off of Sullivan and on Moyes. Is that what we're doing now? I wish we did it back then. And we did. There was a little bit of heat on Sullivan, but then Sullivan, you know, he puts it on the managers. So I wish we would have and we're going to talk about the protests and things that come out. I wish we could have done that then, but at least we're starting it now proper. You know. So yeah, but how do you guys? I mean, how do you, Nick, feel about when it comes to style of football? Are you sort of past it? Is it something you've never cared about? You know, because there is talk about Nuno being a bit more pragmatic.
I'm not a great. I'm not like Scott. Well, I sit near with Scott, and Scott sees a lot more than me in the game. I just want to see him try. I'm quite a basic man. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite simple. I want to see 100% on the pitch. I want to see a little bit of flair now and again, and I just want to see him battling, running back, fighting, tackles. What I've always seen at West Ham for years and years and years. If we go down and then we go up and we start again, I'm happy with that. I'm just not into all the technical side of it. I don't see it, to be honest. I just see effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see effort on the pitch, and that's all I see as a rule. Because I'll go on one of your cams and say, "Oh, such and such shit," and in the comments, someone will say, "Bloody hell, he was brilliant. What was he watching?" Do you know what I mean? And I probably didn't see him run back 5 times. Do you know what I mean? And so the technical side of it, the flair of it, the West Ham way. Well, I don't know if we've had a West Ham way for a long way. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button here. I don't know. There is no set West Ham. I think the West Ham way is trying 100%. I'll tell you a prime example of mentioning it. Potts. There you go. Potts Senior. Do you know what I mean? The West Ham way. That was trying 100% every game. Every single game. Do you know? He gave 100% every game, and that's all you wanted. He'd run back, and all them teams. And let's be honest, them teams were pretty poor, some of them, but they gave 100%, and that's all you wanted. How can we have someone like a striker like Ian Dowie be still talked about? When we go back on about things, and most famous for his own goal he scored in the rain, Stockport.
I was going to say not for the good reasons.
No, but I'll tell you one thing: he gave you 100% every single game. He never stopped.
I think it was different era though, when it, Nick. Players back then actually played for the shirt. They didn't play for the money because they didn't really earn that much money, did they?
No,
they played for the
testimonials.
Give me of all the strikers that we've had over the last 10 years, give me a fucking John Hartson over them any day of the week.
But that was modern football's changed, hasn't it? It's changed all that with the players' mentalities. But as me, I'm still stuck in that ways. I've seen it, since the 80s, going all the way through to the 90s to the 20s, and it's only in the last what would you say 5-10 years? It's really the modern football's just changed with how it's all.
Modern football's boring now. It's rare that you watch a game like Super Sunday now. You get 4 or 5 games on a Sunday. You watch all of them, they're not exciting. Most of them are boring. That's why teams ain't really smashing each other anymore. Like you don't get many 6-0, 7-0s anymore. It's always like a 2-1, a 3-1, or 3-0 or something like that because football is boring now. Players walk off the pitch when they lose and they're hugging the opposition, they're smiling and changing shirts. You know what I mean? It don't affect them anymore. Like back in the day, like in the early 2000s and 90s when I really started watching football, it's like it was so different. It's a shame. Football has just changed so much, and it's because so much money's been pumped into it. Because players now that they could have so much loyalty for the football club and say they love them and kiss the badge, tap the badge, clap to the fans, kiss the fans, and all of a sudden someone else sniffs around who's got more money. They don't give a shit about you. They'll fuck off as soon as they can.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. And the thing is, you touched on something there, Nick. I think traditionally, and you might remember more than me about John Lyle, but from what I understood, is the West Ham way, and this is what Clive Best told me is, Ron Greenwood instilled it, and it was the 1-2 touch passing. But what you said there for me is the fundamental. It's trying 100%. It's working hard, and that performance against Arsenal away under Potter, even we parked the bus, we did all of that, but I was proud of that performance because they worked hard off the ball, on the ball. You can see they come off and they gave everything, and I was invested in the game. When towards the latter years under Moyes, Lopetegui's era and most of Potter, when they was doing that standing around and passing it sideways, backwards, and no one was making runs. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. If you're gonna not have, I want to see players, marking and pressing and putting tackles in. That's all. Like you said, are trying.
It's the old saying, isn't it? It's like, I know we lost against Arsenal. It's not losing; it's how you lose. Do you know what I mean? If you roll over and just show them your belly, then it's hard. That's why I leave early. I've never left. It's only in this last 3 years I've left early at a game, and I do now because I don't see the effort. So I don't see the effort. I think, why should I have the effort of trying to get out of the bloody place at the end of the game with everyone else and struggle? And because you're not seeing that effort, it has an effect. You know what I mean? And that's probably that effect on the move and all that, and how we feel and how pissed off people are and all that. And it's all got a knock-on effect of what you're seeing on the pitch and what you do afterwards. You know what I mean? And how you feel about it, and you lose the love. A lot of fans are leaving. You know that. They know this from the season ticket renewals over the years. A lot of old school fans or older fans. Old school's a horrible word, to be honest. Older fans who maybe have gone for 10 years or 20 years or 5 years have gone. Have only just started at the stadium at the beginning, and they've got even because they've had enough of it all now. But then you're digging into deeper problems for me. Do you know what I mean? On what's wrong with our club, and is it on the pitch? I don't think so. Not really now. Not with the manager we've got, and the last managers have been mistakes. But for me, all our problems stem higher up.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And we'll get into. I'll get some comments, and we're gonna definitely get into all of that. KG says, shout out to KG, always in the chat. Says, give me a Julian Dix, 100%, and he got it. And Ryan interviewed him a few weeks ago, and the video's on the channel. And he said exactly what we're saying, that there's no excuse not to put in 100%, not to give effort.
When you've got Julian Dix in the team, you've got 10 other Julian Dixes in the team. Because they won't allow someone to be a shirker and a waster and take the piss. Do you know what I mean? They'll be on them. It's not just the well-known names. Oh, give me a Billy Bonds and all that. You didn't need, because the whole team had that effort, and that's the West Ham way. That's the passion of a footballer wanting to play for a club and earn a good, earn a wage and actually earn it, and not just worry about Instagram hits and fucking whatever it is now, TikToking, dancing on shit. Do you know what I mean? That's what they seem more concerned about. Like I say, like Ryan said, after the game, they're hugging each other. Fucking, I can imagine Duncan Ferguson hugging someone after a game. He's straight down that tunnel, ready to hit someone, or wait for him to come around the corner.
Honestly, Nick, I hate all that. I hate when I see players I don't know, I mean, there's probably people like me, and I'm sure you both agree. I hate it when you see it before the game, when we played Tottenham the other week, and Kudus, and the players are cuddling him before the game. I just don't like all that.
No, they should be in his face going, I'm going to smash you, son. I'm going to smash you all over the place. Because there'll be someone in our team who would have smashed him in the training, who would have given him grief. Or you'd hope so. Or have they modern footballers got no bollocks about him now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's one of them should have gone into him.
Yeah. No mentality, mate. Weak, soft. That's what it is. And that's what it is. And you can be mates outside, but this is the Colosseum, the battle arena right now. You're my enemy.
I've got no problem. Yeah, I've got no problem with players after the game when the full-time whistle goes, they shake hands, say good game, and then walk off. But it's when you see it in the tunnel before the game, and then after a game, we've just when we got battered 5-1 against Chelsea, wherever it was, and then you see players laughing and doing all that bollocks, talking to each other. If I was them West Ham players, the first thing I want to do is clap our fans that have bothered to stay to watch that shit, then get straight in the tunnel and get ready for a bollocking off the gaffer. But then again, you got Potter as your manager. He probably fucking didn't do nothing. He probably sat in the corner and rocked.
Yeah, that's it. You want to be in the tunnel. They should be laser focused, right? They should be switched on. I'm gonna go and give it my all, and if someone's there, I'm gonna smash them, whatever. And if they're losing, we're getting battered. I need to see they feel it. I don't need to see all of this. I know
it's a different. I know it's a different game now, obviously with VAR and stuff like that, and you players can do. You can get in their fucking ear. You can wind them up.
Yeah.
You can fucking wind them up to make them take their mind off the game and they can make mistakes. You can't get sent off for fucking that.
Have you noticed the players have so much distance? Have you noticed that games now, home and away, they don't come to us fans. They come 30, 50 feet away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They come to a certain point now, and they do not come closer now. There's no engagement no more. You know, there's no that personal ability where they'll come and speak to you or and shout and have a conversation. I've had, like Dan knows, I had a row with Zabaleta once. I shouted the other week. I had a real, and I'm loud enough. Dan will tell you. I shouted at Wan-Bissaka and fucking. I think it was Bowen, but I don't care who it is. When the fuckers start waving their hands at me to get going, when they're not doing it on the pitch, I give them it, and I give them it fucking plenty. They look down. They didn't fucking look at me. They didn't speak to me or anything. Maybe they didn't hear me. I don't know. But Zabaleta did, and he gave it back. I want that. I want him to come back and give shit to us. I remember speaking to Piercy. I was away at Everton. Piercy come over to me, giving it. And that's what I want. I want a fucking player to show some passion. But they're keeping 50 feet away from us, and they're not coming near us. But they're not giving us passion. They're not doing it on the pitch. They're not giving it to us. What do they expect from us? You know what I mean? I don't get this attitude of like this loving, like Ryan's saying. I don't get it. Where's the nastiness in the game? Yeah. You know, it's
and what you said there, Nick, as well. That's what I liked what Nuno said when he come in. It's like we shouldn't be asking the fans to give us that. We have to give them first. We shouldn't be asking from the fans and all of that. We've got to give them a reason to cheer and sing and things like that, instead of saying, well, they need to be our 12th man and all of that bollocks.
You can probably count on one hand the nights of that Soulless Bowl where we've had where it's really been the old hairs on your back of your neck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
where it's really got you, and you thought, yes, you know what I mean? And you just can't see it happening at the moment at all.
Yeah.
But is that modern football? Is that everyone? Are we saying the same thing they're saying on Newcastle TV or bloody Everton TV or whatever? Do you know what I mean?
I've seen. I don't know. I do when I get time watch some other games. I see Leeds. You know, they work their asses off, especially at home, and they've got very good home form, and you know they give it everything. I've seen Newcastle performances where Howe has them working hard and giving everything. There's obviously going to be them down games, but then that's fine. Like, it's for the most of the game we expect you to give it your all, and like with that ground, they
two teams, you know what the difference is, Dan, and I think it's a massive difference. The two teams you just said, Newcastle, are both one city clubs, and they've got like, I'm not saying we ain't got proper. It's mostly full of tourists who want a day out. You will get the odd ones there, but majority of that stadium is full of fucking people from Leeds that go work Monday to Friday and then they spend their Saturday at their own. Same at Newcastle. It's like Wolves as well. That's another, I think it's got a great atmosphere. You know, in London, I just find that obviously there's so many teams, so many competitions. And it's just, I just think it comes down to the stadium as well. I think it does. I'm not just saying, I know people say you can't keep blaming the stadium, but fucking hell, it is. I went to the Palace game, first time I've been in nearly a year. I was excited to go, actually really looking forward to it. Stepped in that stadium, see you boys in the concourse, went up to the seat with Graham after it took me 3 hours to get up there because we were sitting right at the back, and I was standing there for 10 minutes and I thought, you know what? This is fucking boring. What a load of shit. I just want to get back down, and then the second half, I come and sat down next to you, Nick. And we're sitting there and we're having a chat. You would never do that in the Bobby Moore Lower at Upton Park, would you? Sitting there having a chat with your mate.
Maybe watching the game.
My season ticket was right. Obviously, I was behind Nick. Scott was behind me. And he'd spend the whole game near enough just chatting away. And then, someone scored. Because that's what it's like. connected. And Steve, comments here, says the bowl-like stadiums don't help. The old grounds with fans close to the pitch meant the players had to give 100% and almost care about the result. Yeah, they feel disconnected from the fans anyway. They don't feel like.
I mean,
and we feel disconnected as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Where's the place the kids can go and queue up, try and get a signed picture, get the shirt signed? They can't get nowhere near them when they're coming in. They're not getting a chance to get close to them.
Everton at the moment, it's all going well for Everton because they're doing well at their stadium. They're unbeaten. But as soon as they go on a bad run, their fans will start turning on the stadium. They'll start blaming it.
Our friends who go there, friends who go to the Everton and already they're mumbling about getting out. It's worse than our place for getting out. Just think when they're on a bad streak and they've lost 3 or 4-0 and there's a little bridge to go out and everyone's going over it for the stop and go. They're also moaning about there's no pubs on the way up or on the way down. They say they're going to invest and put it in, but they just can't. They're starting to see it. I'll tell you what, I said it ages ago. Give it 3 or 4 years, and they're going to really miss that they've left. You know what I mean? They really are going to miss. These out of city stadiums are shit. Or out of way stadiums.
Yeah, they all got excited by it because they thought the thought of we're going to have a shiny new stadium. It's going to be state of the art.
It's brilliant football stadium.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it all sounds great, and then we're going to go to the next level and all that. When you're there, they're going to sit there and miss what they had and go, well, did we need this? Like, this ain't.
That's that. It sounds very familiar. Very familiar what you just said there. Exactly what we was bought into.
Yeah.
We thought, you got that big 65,000 little West Ham in a 65,000 seater stadium. It's going to take us to the next level. We're going to be competing in the Champions League in 4 years. We're going to attract the best players in the world. That's what they do. That's what they do to get you on side.
Yeah, they never had Ray Winstone. They had Stephen Graham.
That honestly.
I don't know if he's a blue or a red, though, to be honest. I don't know what he is.
Yeah. It was
he's
the
biggest. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he?
Yeah. Was he?
Yeah.
But
they probably had Tony Bellew do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Bellew. Yeah, he could have been the one. But with ours, it felt like we was definitely scammed. Like, at least that they've got what they was promised, right? They knew what they was getting. That's what they've been pitched. So they can't say they've been lied to or deceived. They can probably say, oh, maybe it's,
they've got a stadium that was built for football. Simple as that. Our ones were built for Mo Farah running around and Usain Bolt, and they're just like the Etihad when it was built for the Commonwealth Games. It was always made that it was going to be a football stadium after Tottenham's new stadium, the Emirates. All these new stadiums in the last 15, 20 years have all been built for football, apart from one, and that's ours.
Yeah, and that was... Yeah, go on, Nick.
I was just going to say, well, the bottom line is, hindsight's a great thing. We all sold a dream and we all fell for the fucking dream. We all went to the Stratford Centre and booked and, look at this, or we'll sit here now, we'll sit there now.
You was on Sky Sports, Nick. I remember that.
Yeah, I was. You
was interviewed outside.
Yeah, no, it was inside, I think.
Oh, inside,
It was inside when we chose our seats. I was with Sam, one of my youngest. But what I'm trying to say is we've sold it. Now, this is, I don't know where you were going to go on with this, but we were sold a dream, weren't we? And we went on and we fell for it. Bar Gary off Olas, he didn't fall for it, but the rest of us fucking did, all of us. We went over there, we've been fucked over. We can't keep going on about it now, it's done. So we've got to do something about it now. We've got to sort of start, enough's enough. We've waited years and years, and this is the first, something's got to happen. We've got to get new owners, we've got to get a new stadium, something's got to happen. And the only way things are going to happen is people do stuff. And if people don't do stuff, nothing's going to happen. We're going to be here in 5 years' time spouting the same shit, reminiscing about being at West Ham and, we were sold a dream. Well, we've got to do something about it, and we've got to do something about it now. And we've started doing stuff. We started a few years ago. We were at the gates, we started causing mischief. We weren't doing anything illegal. We were doing, when I say I'm on about crossed hammers. This is a group of blokes in their 40s, 50s, 60s, some of them are old school campaigners. They were involved in the brown out days. I found this the other day. Do you know what this is?
Let's see. I can't
I'll tell you what it is. It's the red card. It's the brown out red card.
Yeah.
This is what we did. They did thousands of them. Now, why don't we do something like that? Because I'll go on to the balloons later, what they're doing, all that. But crossed hammers is made up of a load of old school who have had enough, and they don't care what happens until they've gone, until the owners have gone. You've got some old boys, Wayne, Greg, who've done it for years and years. They were on the Brownout campaign. They were out the Bobby Moore lower campaign when they moved the seats. They were all part of that. Chris Mills, Roops, the most famous curry man in the world, Mickey Peters, Stuart Ling, John, Patrick, Fitzy, Brett. There's loads of them, and all we are old boys who've had enough. And we're not going to stop now until they've gone. We're not going to stop nothing, because we can be on these channels and all the other social medias and all the rest, everyone, and we can spout, we need change. Change ain't going to happen unless we make it happen, and we've got to make it happen, because if we don't, we're fucked. Because when just them names I mentioned there, and all the other groups, the Hammers United, they're full of group blokes like us. They do stuff the legit way. Let me tell you this now: Hammers United are brilliant. They do everything correctly. We don't want to do things correctly because that holds you back. That holds us back. We want to be causing, we want to cause mischief. We want them to know we're pissed off. And those who say protesting doesn't work because the change, nothing's going to change. Protesting does work, and the prime example of that is Brentford. This Brentford game is the prime example that things are happening. We all, sorry, Dan, I'm going on one now.
Oh, go for it, mate.
We organised the march. We didn't go to the police. We didn't get stewards. That's for the big job. That's for the big boys. That's for Hammers United. They'll do that, and they'll do it brilliant, and they'll do it prime. We didn't do that. We're on social media. And when I say social media, we went on Facebook, because us old fuckers at 50 plus, we don't do anything else. I've been on Twitter, no idea. Top ticking, I don't know how to dance, so I ain't doing that. Ryan see me dance, I'm shite. But we've done. No, I ain't that bad actually. No, but we've had enough. We've had enough, and we're not going to stop. And all we did, we posted, we're going for a walk. And we went for a walk from Stratford Station. You know the route, Dan, because you've walked it now with the police. We went from Stratford Station to the gates. Now, we've done that before, and we're going to keep doing it, you know what I mean, until literally when we have to give up. And we went there, and we brought 2,000 there, and we met up with Hammers United there. It was impressive. We made a scene. People say, oh, no, it doesn't make a difference. You're affecting the team. No, we're not affecting the fucking team. If the team win in COVID with no one behind closed doors, the players don't even know we're there at the moment. So they say it doesn't work. I'll tell you now, it does work. Brady and Sullivan, they didn't go past us. They went past us on the floor. They went past us on a money bus, on a bus, on a coach. They hid their way in. They didn't get past us. Brentford game. You've got, first of all, we said we're boycotting it. Not just us, Hammers United. It's a joint thing. Everyone's doing it. We are boycotting. You haven't got to boycott it, because I know some people haven't missed a game in years. One of ours, Chris Mills, has not missed a game in years and years and years and years. He's not going. It's one of the first ones he's not going to. But this, all of a sudden, it's kids for a quid. Now, we all love kids for a quid. They could have done it a long time ago, but they haven't done it for a long while. Yeah. But kids for a quid, good. Then they reduced the prices, so that pissed everyone off because it's cheaper than the season ticket. And you're thinking, well, you've just reduced the prices, so are we not affecting them? Now the game's not sold out. You can sell your ticket back to the club if the game's sold out. If you're season ticket holder, I can sell my ticket back to the club. When I say sell it, they can rob it off me, the fuckers. Yeah. Because if it's a Liverpool game and my ticket. I pay, what was it, 45 quid a year over each game, whatever, for a ticket. So it's 45 quid. The club will give me 40 quid, something like that. Which
club
is
cash.
Club cash. Oh yeah, they'll give me club cash, which I've got to spend with them, which I'll take if I go off next year's season ticket, fair enough. They'll sell that ticket, my ticket, for what, 90, 100 quid, 80 quid, whatever. They'll sell it and make a profit. So they're not doing us a favour. Brentford, the game's not sold out. They are now saying to us season tickets that we can sell back our ticket to them if we're not going to go. And you say we're not making a difference. Anyone thinks these protests aren't making a difference, I've got nothing coming. Arsenal, Hammers United, Arsenal away. Black balloons taken off people. Banners taken off them. Do you know what I mean? Well, we're not stopping that. Like, they're doing their banners and they're doing their balloons. We've got banners coming. We've got handheld little ones. You can sneak them in the away games. They'll go to the away lads. Put it down your top. Put it on. Don't matter. You're going to get them in. You've got to play savvy now if you're going in. It's making a difference. So all those who think it doesn't make a difference, and this is, I'll be honest, 3,000, 4,000 people. we saw ages, all ages at these protests, from kids, a lot of kids, to old ones who could hardly get there and had to use a cane. But they got there, and it making a difference. So if it's up to the season ticket holders now for Brentford, if you're like that Monday night, I'll just sell it back. Don't sell it back. Don't go. So just say no. I'll make my little protest. I'm not going. Those who do go, you're not doing anything from me. If it's kids for a quid, if you haven't gone to a game all year and you can't afford it and you've got 2 kids, you're going to go. I'm never going to moan at any kids doing that. That's for sure. You've got, and that will make a difference. If there's hardly anyone in there, it's going to scare them again, and there's going to be questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that, we've got Newcastle sitting. So after the game, we're going to go to the Bob Moore Lower. And we can't go there. We'll stay where we are and sit in. We're not going to start before the game or during the game. It's after the game, when the TV cameras, Sky Sports, are still running and they're in that little corner doing the interviews. We'll make some noise, and I'm hoping a lot will join us. And you've got time to get home, easy enough. It's Dave's going out to the stop and go boards. Let the tourists go. Let's make some noise. We did against Burnley last time. Then it comes to Burnley game. Burnley game is the big protest. Now this is done officially. We can't cross hammers. We can't organise this. We don't do things officially. We don't tell the police. We just do what we want, and we'll go where we want, and we'll do whatever we want. However, this is a joint effort with Hammers United. There'll be stewards. There'll be police. It'll be done properly. We're expecting 10,000. 10,000. You still don't think that'll make a difference? Of course, it's going to make a difference. It's going to get even more publicity. If we were all over Match of the Day, Sky Sports, Talk Sport, we're all over everything with 2,000 of us. Just imagine if it's 10,000 of us. They've got to go. If we don't change it now, it'll be the same forever. All away games, you've got the Black Balloons and their Hammers United have got their banners. We're going to have our banners. We're going to give away as well. Give them to buy, I think. I don't know, Chris Mills is organising that. But we're all coming together, and that's the thing. And I'm not saying we won't do other things as well, because we probably will. There's lots of things we could do. I like them. Get millions of them printed off. I'm sure we've got printers amongst us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all we did was stick the card up in the air before each kick-off at half-time. A good bit of information on the back of these as well. I had a look. We couldn't get away with some of it now because I think you'd get done for slighting murder or something. You know what I mean? But we've got to do something. And if you don't do anything, we're going to be here in 5 years' time spouting the same shit that, we were sold a dream, boys. We've got to have a fight about it. We've got to protest. You've got to, if you're not happy, your voice has got to be heard.
Yeah, you can.
You can speak now.
No, I totally agree, mate. And I think that everything you said was spot on. And the main thing that to come out of that is it has to keep happening, whether it's home or away. And I think that the protest at Burnley is going to be massive. I think that I was very impressed with the last protest. I thought it was a good turnout. I know some people were a bit gutted, but I think it made a lot of noise, and it showed a lot of people that, you know what, this is serious. So the next one, I am going to go. I am going to take my family. I'm going to go to the protest. So it's look, and we've all got the main focus now, and we've got all thinking the same thing. We want these two out the club. We want new ownership. And I know some fans laugh at us and say, "Oh, this is not going to do anything," But look, if people think like that, that's I've got nothing against it. Like you said, if people want to go to the Brentford game on Monday night, fair enough. There's no wrong or right. If you want to go, if you're a fan that's never missed a game for a long time and you still want to go, you're there to support the team, that's fair enough. No one should slag someone off for going to the game against Brentford. That's one thing I do agree on. But make sure you're there for the Burnley protest. Make sure you're there for the Newcastle protest. Away games, black balloons, cards, flags, whatever. Just keep it going, because it does make a difference. And as you said, Nick, that protest against Palace was picked up by so much of the media. It's what they were speaking about on Match of the Day. It's what they were speaking about on Talk Sport, Sky Sports News. And that's how it should be, mate.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like I said, it's there's no point sitting there and moaning about the board and just doing nothing. Like we're not going to get a better chance than this. And the alternative is for a lot of people is to just give up and just be apathetic. And you know what I mean, at least it's some action, and anger is much better. And I find it funny though, like, because I agree with you, like people have reasons for wanting to go to the game. And it's going to be,
this would be hilarious, by the way. Imagine that.
yeah, on your own, lads. I don't know.
To be fair, if we all dressed up as a clown, we've got the circus to go to. It's a circus of West Ham, so we'll all fucking fit in, won't we?
It's like a circus tent. Yeah. The one thing I find a bit funny is funny because it says loads of relisted the tickets. So they're obviously doing it because they want to boycott the game. However, the issue with the relisting is you're allowing them to sell it so someone else can fill your seat.
You're not boycotting the game by relisting your ticket.
Yeah. You're letting them fill that. You're giving them an opportunity to fill the seat. So people probably haven't thought of that, and that's fine. But just know, if you really want to boycott, it's about leaving the seat empty, not giving it to someone else, and you not being there, not selling it to someone else, selling it to the club. Like, the idea is to make that stadium look as empty as possible, to the point where it's just, you can't not see it. You can't explain it away or anything like that. It's, wow, this is bad. And
but as you know, we know everyone supports the team. It's the regime we don't support. You know, it's, you know, you all support the team when, you know, but it's one sacrifice, it's one game. That's all we're asking, you know. But or eventually, I'll tell you what the biggest worry is for me is the likes of our lot, Wayne's and Greg's and all that, give up fighting, and the Bubbles of the world give up fighting, because when all these walk away, the Tross, the Bubbles, and us lot all walk away, what you're left with, where's your fight going to come from? You know what I mean? You're going to have some, you know, who are prepared to take up the mantle, and we need to see it. You need to step up, really. You don't expect, and you're only talking what's the season tickets we've sold at ours? Is it 30-something thousand season tickets, or 40-something?
How many did the club have? They reported it was like a high number initially. It was like 50. It was a 48 to 50.
Oh, it'll say 48,000. Say 8,000 of them. We'll say the tourist fan, which I don't like the word, but tourist fan as in they go because it's Premier League. I live in London or I'll go and watch a game every week. That leaves 40,000 West Ham fans, and they're the ones who have got to step up if they want change. If you're happy with, I can't believe I'm saying this, it's not about clown suits. If you're happy about these owners and this the way it is and the ground, and you really love the experience, you like a pint of brew dog with your popcorn, and you like to be miles from the pitch, then keep going. You know, there'll be 10,000 of you one day. You know, but I know it sounds horrible, and I've had arguments before, and I've said it rhyme before years ago. I want to go down. I'd like to. I know it's not a popular view, but I'd like to go down because I'd like, and NPSL will be there for years. Good, because this is totally selfish. It's not the views of anyone else. I'd probably enjoy my football more. I'd enjoy going to Barnsley, you know, on a Saturday at 3:00. You know, I'd enjoy winning more than losing, maybe, and kicking football, better quality football, because it's better in the Championship than it is in the Premier League. So it's not a popular view, and you always want to go and be the best of the best and win promotion and go up. But me personally, I think it would get rid of so many of the not fake fans, I don't know what the word is, but it would get rid of so many of the fair weather fans. They'd jump on Tottenham's ship. They'd jump on Palace's ship. Do you know what I mean?
It would, but can you imagine that stadium, Nick? Right, so they all go. It's going to be pockets of fans in that big solar stadium with the white seats.
It wouldn't, because if he did go down, you'd be lower tier. It'll be terrible. It'd be horrible, but I'd enjoy it, and that's what that's my own personal view. I like the idea of getting rid of all these people who are put up with it and all that. Then they'll be forced to sell. Do you think Sullivan that will be in a Championship club and they'll be forced to sell? You know, and the club won't go. The club won't go. The government won't allow clubs to just go. There's trading laws and all that. They won't allow it to just disappear. It's not going to happen. And that's just my personal.
Someone would buy West Ham, wouldn't they? Because they're an attractive football club, and
exactly.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I mean, the only thing is for me is that if Sullivan wants to sell, he's going to want us as a Premier League team because he's going to get more money of us being a Premier League team. So
'cause that's what happened with Ashley, didn't he? He went down with Newcastle and then stuck with him and then got him back up and then eventually sold. And it was like, oh, I want to win something with this team and I want to stick around.
That's the only thing that worries me is that if we did go down, he wouldn't sell and then we'll be stuck with him until we go back up.
Yeah, but he doesn't own all the club, does he? You know, that's the thing. So, you know, if they all pull together, was it Daniel and bloody Gold? Gold still, it always makes me laugh. People say, oh, you can't say Gold. Gold still own 21% or whatever it is of the club. I don't care which Gold it is, they still own.
But they obviously want to sell their shares, didn't they? Because they've already showed apparently people around the club and they're trying to get out. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, if the other people turn around and say they want change, then Sullivan would be forced to sell. So he's only got to sell his shares because basically, if he goes and Brady goes, you know, I still think that people, if the Gold family wanted to stay on and other investors come in, I think people would. Am I right in saying that? Would people accept that?
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think they probably would because it's not. There'd be a fresh start, as in it's not Gold from with Sully. You know what I mean? It's.
But I always got the feeling with David Gold. I always thought he was the good out of them. I always thought he had West Ham in his heart.
I don't think his hands are clean.
He's the Fred West to the Rose West, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I know what you mean, and yeah, he is obviously involved in that. But
I'm not being funny, mate. But anyone that's been in business with Sullivan as long as he has, right, going back to the 70s or whatever, he knows the sort of man Sullivan is, right? He knows exactly the type of man he is. So
I just think that like if someone did buy Sullivan out,
I think you're right.
The Gold family still kept their shares. I think people would accept that. I think Sullivan and Brady are the main ones.
I can't see that happening though. I think Sullivan will want to sell the club as a whole package because to sell the club, you're gonna get more money than just to sell his shares. So if he's gonna want to combine it, and I think the Golds they want to sell anyway. So they're in with him because their families have been connected for donkeys and donkeys years, right? So they go where what he wants to do. And then it's just Kretinsky, right? Who's this big investor guy that goes invest in Royal Mail and all this to make a pound note, really.
Yeah, so I Royal Mail up, isn't he?
Yeah. This is it.
Fucking right, Nick. I requested to collect something at the post office the other day. They delivered it, fucking left it outside my door and signed my signature.
Yeah. It's bad when you're turning around and you'd rather use Every than fucking Royal Mail. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
On Every.
That's it.
I was waiting for a parcel. I was waiting for a parcel a couple of weeks ago. They delivered it, so I went to collect it, and the woman said, "Oh no, the Every drivers took the wrong packages back. So everything he delivered, he picked up the wrong bag and took everything back. So I had to wait another 3 days."
Well, get on to Kretinsky. Get on to him.
I'm going to send him a strongly worded email.
Yeah, very strong.
I won't send him a letter because they won't fucking get it.
Yeah. Fucking just that's it. You'll have to go and start a Kretinsky protest. But yeah, I think that's how it gets sold. I don't think you'll have like Sullivan selling his shares. I think it'll be a package deal. Maybe you might get the Golds sell off theirs if they can find an investor. Because this is the thing. There's always talk about they want to get another investor in, and they're looking at these investors. Obviously, we've got that Trip Smith. We all forget about him.
Yeah,
he's got like 10%. It's an absolute mess. So 10 men at the back. Someone who I got to meet at the protest. He was there before the Palace game. Says, "What was your shirt like, Dan, after washing OK Jerseys?" So might as well bring us into our segment there. OK Jerseys. Shout out to OK Jerseys. This is a perfect time.
It looks like one of them little kits you hang in your car window now after a one wash.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I ain't got round to washing it yet. But it's exactly the same material as any other football shirt, so it will apply to this washing it like any other football shirt, right? So okay, jerseys, we're talking about not supporting the regime, not putting money in their pockets, but maybe you want to fly your colours. There you go. Okay, jerseys, this is the away shirt, and mate, obviously, look, he's got a retro Fila one, which is funny because he's got Fila top on now.
How are they? I'll ask the questions because I don't get anything off these fuckers. How are they to the club shop? Are they just a normal DH Gate knockoff? Are they? What are they?
Yeah, well, they're overseas enterprise.
Okay. But are they good? Are they as good as the club? Are they? Do they look?
Yeah,
the same?
yeah. Honestly,
is
mate,
that a shade of beige?
No, yeah, that's the same. Right, you see me wearing it in PMP. You wouldn't tell any difference, could you?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Nick. Yeah. Like I've got Nicky got me the retro Di Canio 2001.
Yeah.
Honestly, the detail on it is like an original shirt. Everything. It's got the feeler thing on it.
Yeah.
The button. It honestly, it's a really nice shirt. I was going to wear it tonight, but I was fucking so cold sitting in this office. I had to put this jacket on because it was there. But
yeah,
they've moved on. They've moved on from the old turkey knockoffs then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day from the old turkey knockoffs.
Because I noticed they do Iron Maiden ones.
Yeah, they do the Iron Maidens.
Did Scott get one?
Scott
he wore it
the other night.
Yeah, he wore it on the other night on the phoning show.
So the one Scott's got is, do you remember the same season that Di Canio won? Remember the
white one with the Eddie head on? I know the one. Yeah. Has he got that? Yeah. I'll quiz him about that.
Yeah. He said it was good. So you give him about 15 quid if you use the code Nicky, right? Because he's an egotistical man. Yeah, with the C. The Nicky with the C. See you next Tuesday, Nicky. Use that code down there below Ryan, and then you get 8% off.
I'll give it a go. Cheaper.
So we've had a few people say they bought them and said they were happy with them. So this one's a large, right? So with sizing, this just fits me all right. So I'll probably say I'm a little bit less than a large, and this don't come up too tight. But so if you're worried, size up maybe. If you're worried,
I think always size up when you buy one of them.
Yeah,
I think it's safer.
Unless you buy West Ham Metalhead's official home jersey, they are true to size.
Yes, and we'll get on to that. So we don't. We'll get we'll get on to Metalhead stuff. Okay, jerseys. They got England as well. Internationals. All of that stuff.
Do they have international foreign teams? As in not international club teams?
Oh yeah. Barca retros, Real Madrid retros.
I have a second team.
Oh yeah.
It's Brazilian. Botafogo.
Oh,
I've followed them since about 1984.
I'll
have a look. I'll have a look.
Is it Botafogo or Botafogo?
Botafogo. They're very similar to Newcastle.
That's the only shirt they don't sell.
Oh, is it? Yeah. It's like Newcastle. It's black and white.
Yeah, they got it. Oh my God, they got loads in. They got 1992, 93 Coca-Cola sponsor. That's nice. That's cool. That. Yeah.
I've got a real one, but that cost me about 100 quid. But it's like South American sizes, so it's a double XL.
I've got these.
It's more like
these England hats to sell.
Yeah, look at.
You know what? And look, before people start jumping on me, I didn't buy these because people were starting to hang flags up and that. So don't jump on me for that. I've got loads of. Basically, Nicky pulled up outside my work a couple of years ago, and he was in a petrol garage. It was after the Euros, and they were selling loads of like flags and all that for cheap. And he just bought loads of them. He went, "Oh, you can have them for the next Euro." So I've got. Where did I get this from? Oh no, actually, this is from the pub from football last year. But yeah, I've got flags.
Bloody hell!
Hey, look, flags. I'm ready for the World Cup.
There you go. So yeah, you get England shirts on it. But look, there you go, Nick.
Yeah, no, I'll be investing in one of them.
Do any of these ring a bell? These classic
Yeah,
ones?
no,
Nick?
they all do. I've got an original, but I like the older ones, but
I
tell
like
you what
that
I like.
goalkeeper shirt. That's cool.
Yes, that's the one I like. That one. That's nice because it's different. I've got a black and white.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't tend to wear a lot of football shirts at the moment, you know.
Oh yeah, like some people collect them. Some people, especially like it's hard to get some of these retros. But yeah, I'll type that. There's West Ham.
Oh yeah, there's the Iron Maiden one there.
Oh, they do the Avcos now. They got new shit. Oh my god, they've got the Dagenham Motors centenaries. The Avco. I think I'll get one of this. Obviously, the back windows. That's the one, isn't it? The one that the one Scott's based on.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Back windows. That's the one Ryan's got. The feeler. There's the new shit, and they've got they've got more Iron Maiden shirts than like Western. Well, they had. Now they've got a load of new ones.
Yeah, there's the Scotties there, the white one at the bottom.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one Scott.
They weren't shirts what were done by, you know, Iron Maiden did with Umbro. They did these latest shirts. They did 3 shirts, and they did an England one as well. They're quite nice, which are the new ones. But they're the old ones, what the band used to do when they used to tour. Yeah, they're the Umbro ones at the bottom, which they're made by Umbro, but they're IMFC. But the ones above are ones they used to do at tours. When they used to go on tour, they used to do a tour t-shirt.
Yeah. Steve used to wear them and that.
Yeah, they used to the tour with them. I'll give them a go and have a look.
I want to try out this third shirt because I've seen a few people. I don't think it's from OK Jersey, but a few people have had it. It's black instead of like a navy. So I want to see, you know, this one, the navy one. Some people had it and it's black and gold, and I like the navy color. It looks like navy.
Yeah, I've seen people in them in at the ground. They do. It is a nice shirt, that, to be honest. But I won't give the club my money no more over. You know, what I mean, it's just not doing.
That's why we got OK jerseys, mate. That's why we got OK jerseys. And yeah, like I said, West Ham metalheads.
You're the lucky man at West Ham now, Dan.
I'm gonna come with my hat and shades and the club. I'm gonna say, hey, I've got some shirts.
OK jerseys. OK, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm so well, that's what you are with the the metalhead stuff. So it's like do you know, if I show people your stuff, if I type in West Ham metalheads, you got there it is, cross dammers. Can we actually, you got a thing where people can see the shirts or what? What's the deal? Store,
no, it's not on the store. It's not. They're not on it. No, they were made to order, to be honest.
Okay, yeah. But they're similar. They're a similar style, would you say, to the Iron Maiden shirt?
Yeah, Scotty wore one last week on Friday Night Pint. They're on the way. If you join the West Ham Metalheads on Facebook, like I say, we've not advanced to Twitter yet. You know what I mean? And that's just that. Listen, it's not me. It's a totally different thing, but I'm part of it. West Ham Metalheads is just people who like heavy metal, really, heavy music, and we meet at the Cart and Horses, the Iron Maiden pub, which you know, Ryan, and all you've done a post-match pint there when it was the old place where the old tram went past. You know what I mean? The old tube went past.
Nick, you're gonna love me, mate. I know you're into all your heavy metal and all that. And
where you going?
Mate,
Taylor Swift.
No, even better than that, mate. They went on sale this morning. Me and my lovely wife. Next year, we're going to the Emirates to see Boyzone.
No,
they're back.
I can't believe you're a mate of mine, Ryan. It don't make sense, mate.
Listen, I grew up in the 90s, mate. Boy band era.
Well, I bought tickets for next year for March. Charlotte's not coming with me. I'm going to see Creator. Oh, they're just the best, I tell you.
What, metal band?
Creator, yeah, German. Creator. I see
German.
Creator in Exodus. Yeah, German.
What era?
What era? Now they've been going since the 80s.
It's a new band.
No, they've been going since the 80s. Please.
Oh, that's what I. Are you going to wear that to the concert?
I'll probably take it somewhere. I don't know yet. The Creator are massive, mate. They're a massive band.
Oh, haven't I? of them. That's funny.
Well, you like all the soft stuff, don't you? And you're only 12, so.
Right, there's something
All
you should
the
keep to
soul,
yourself.
I-
No,
Yeah.
mate, listen,
John, I agree, John.
Listen,
100%.
no. Listen, everyone's got their sort of music. Listen, I grew up in that era. I'm not ashamed. I don't mind.
John.
I love a good concert, and I'm going to
John,
go
he
and see
might-
the boys back together.
John, he might look like Bother, but he's more like Frodo. You know what I mean? The little one.
I'm
No,
taller
like-
than you.
Yeah, you might be talking. You're harder though, son.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah. So no, it's one of them things. Like I'm very eclectic with the music stuff. And look, Boyzone. I hated boy bands as a kid, but as you get older, you get a bit of nostalgia. So I wouldn't go see them, but you get you go, oh, I remember that music from when I was a kid. But when I was a kid, like that was seen as like, oh, girls like Boyzone and stuff like that.
Little girls, yeah, little girls.
Yeah,
like Boyzone.
but as you get, I don't know if you loved Boyzone back then, Ryle. Is it something you got into as you got older? You go, do you know what, that fucking takes me back?
Who, me?
Yeah. Was it something you?
No, the thing is, I grew up in that era of boy bands. Like, you got to think, like, I weren't into like fucking Take That and all that, but like,
Boyzone aren't on the same level as Take That.
No, I'm saying I weren't into Take That because they were like, that was the more what the girls went for and that. But Boyzone had some fucking tunes, mate. Oh, Nick,
you are digging an old son. You are digging an old son.
Listen, I'm not ashamed.
Even
I'm
the name Boyzone.
It's 2025, mate. It's 2025. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, no, it was. I wasn't a fan of the boy bands back then, just out of the idea of it as a kid. And then sometimes you're a song and you think, oh yeah, I remember when this come out. You know what I mean? And you get a bit of that.
It's like
I remember one. Was it Stay Now?
That's E17.
See,
get your boy bands right, Nick. Come on, you got to get your boy bands right.
Yeah, I didn't jump on the Oasis hype. I like Oasis. I can listen to Oasis, but it weren't my sort of thing to go. That's why I'm glad that Nicky went to go. He went twice.
Yeah.
You know, I know how much Nicky loved Oasis, so everyone that wanted to go, you know, it was yeah. Oh, look, we've all got our different types of music, you know.
Yeah, fair play.
I never get to see Elvis. I never get to see the likes of Sinatra and all the music. I like my music is so. If you went through my Spotify playlist, mate, honestly, it is fucking nuts. It's all over the place.
Brian Harvey,
you're a Croner, mate.
Yeah. No, like I said,
my wife Charlotte's just texted me. She said, "Hang on a minute, you've seen Aha. I've seen Aha." I had no choice.
The Aha though count as I want to call them I call them a band more than a boy
They were a
band.
fucking boy band in the 80s, son. I'll tell you. Let's put it this way: I went with Charlotte to see Aha. I've never felt so scared in all my life. I went into the men's toilets. It was scary. There was women pissing on the walls. It was just women everywhere. It scared the living crap out of me. Or living daylight. See, there you go. There's a pun.
It depends what your categories of a boy, because as a boy band, you have like a group of singers. They played instruments though. They're a band. They played guitar. All of the Westlife and
Boyzone. You can go with Charlotte next time, mate.
I love Aha. I love Aha, mate.
It was like, because Jade said to me, I didn't even know they was doing a concert, and they went on sale this morning. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to get the tickets. But I was so excited getting them. I was thinking to myself, I'm getting them for me. I'm going to see Boyzone.
I must admit, I know you went to see Robbie Williams. I can understand that because he's quite an entertainer, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? I can understand you going to see him, but Boyzone, Jesus Christ.
Mate, when Ronan starts hitting them notes, mate, you ain't going to know what's fucking hit you.
Yeah,
I think last time I went to was Michael Jackson in Old Wembley.
Oh dear. How old were you? 2, 3, 4?
No, I was.
They're his age group, aren't they?
10.
They're his favourite age group, though, aren't they? 10, yeah.
I was way at the back. I was way at the back, Nick. I was way.
See, I had tickets to see Michael Jackson when he was going to do his last tour in when was it? 2009, wasn't it? And Yeah, he literally died 2 weeks before like the concert started. And I think I was the third night, so I was guaranteed to see him. He had 50 shows. I was the third night. One gutted, absolutely gutted. But look, these things happen. Music lives on. Can still listen to him anytime.
There you go.
Sullivan out.
Sullivan out.
Sullivan out. Yeah.
That's what we can all agree on. We can all agree on that. So Paulie Moore, was that backstage at Wembley? No, it wasn't.
One of the best concerts I ever went to, Nick. 2001, Eminem, first UK tour.
Oh yeah,
London,
okay. I bet that was
the
good.
London Arena. Unreal.
Yeah. No, I bet that was good.
I need to.
I'm not saying I'm old, but I remember Beastie Boys' License to Ill tour. But there you go. That's another level. You know what I mean?
Nick's not saying he's old, but he went to see Vera Lynn at the White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, I did. I was there when they recorded Bubbles, mate.
Well, Graham was there when Mozart done his first fucking.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know what? I'll have to. I do want to go to another concert again. Nick was supposed to be trying to sort us all out. I made him tickets, apparently, according to Scott, but nothing's materialised for the.
Not this Nick.
Yeah, you. That's what he said. I'll talk to Nick. Nick's. Yeah, that you, Nick.
Oh, no, you had no fucking chance, man. I was looking after myself for that one. That was the best concert ever.
Scott,
what is it happened? Oh, it was this summer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
oh, you mean about the next
London
one?
Stadium.
Oh, the London Stadium's happened, yeah. That was unreal.
Scott messaged me earlier and he was like, because him and Graham are at Butlins, isn't they, this weekend?
Fucking
and he was like, do me a favour, mate. Can you message Chesney so I can meet him after so we can get some photos? He loves it.
That's doing his metal cred no good at all, that.
Whoa. I love Chesney, mate. He's a top
he's
bloke.
a good bloke, isn't he? He's
Great
a good bloke.
bloke.
Yeah. No, fair play.
Yeah. No, that's it.
He is the one and only after all.
Well, and now Scott's come along. He's the two and only now.
Scott ain't making that. Scott's been on the piss since this afternoon. He ain't making it until 11 o'clock.
I said, you know what?
Is Graham with him?
Yeah, Graham with him.
You know what I mean? Like, I was said to Scott, he needs to go on there. You know, like when you had George Michael and Elton John and Chesney all singing. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Collier," and he comes out and he's singing it along with him. And
oh yeah, I didn't think of that. He might chin Scott after watching his performance. Do you know what? I've got to admit, right? Every now and again, I do have a little look at that video and flick it up. Let me just do the first 10 seconds. Then.
I am the one and only. Oh yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You seen it, Nick?
Yeah, that was one of the forfeits he lost, didn't he? And he had to go to the studio and record it, didn't he? He got well into it though, didn't he? He
did in the end.
It.
He was doing the old finger clicks, and he was going for it.
It's brilliant. It is absolutely. We've always got that now. I love that.
He's gonna fucking hate me. I remember once where I think Dan New was away and Nicky didn't come on. It was just me and him, and I thought I'm gonna play this, and I played it right at the end of the show. I played the whole thing as well, and I could just see Scott in the bottom. He's
we're gonna have to just keep bringing it back so people don't forget about it. We should go put him out for Christmas #1. See if we can get him on that Christmas #1.
You should put it onto an MP3 so you can send it to everyone and we can all play it when we're near him and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might. Do you know what I might do? I might beg the club. I might say, "Oh, it's my mate's birthday. Can you play this on the big screen?"
Ask Russ.
Give it to Russ. See if Russ can play it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Play it. I'll tell you what, Russ I know he's a club man, but he's a very good bloke. He is. I asked. There's a group called Ghost of Atlantis who are quite big in the metal world. They start, and he got in contact with me and asked me if I could get them to play their song at the stadium. So like we'll know Russ, Russ. So I contacted Russ and he played it. My mate was made up. They've gone on to bigger things now. They're quite a big group. Ghost of Atlantis, worth checking out. If you like heavy, it's heavy shit. You wouldn't like it, Ryan.
I remember that time when we went to the Cart and Horses, and that band was in there after we finished filming post-match pint, and I stood by the bar. I thought I'll give it a go, and all of a sudden they started screaming, and everyone started jumping up and down. And I thought,
I tell you, Ryan, you've got to go there now. It's changed so much. It's not the same at all. It's downstairs now is a proper like concert area. You know, you've got a proper stage, lighting rigs.
He showed me around it like when I went in. It was impressive. Yeah,
it's very impressive. Like even British Lions, Steve, you know, Iron Maiden, Steve Harris's band, they played there. Groups like Warrior Soul, who opened for Metallica, they've played there. There's some big groups play at the Cart and Horses now, and it's one of the only London venues now, you know, outside of Camden really, who are pushing live music, live, you know, and they have all sorts. They had what was it? They had some punk stuff. They had some rap stuff. They've had I don't know if they have boy bands, but boy bands.
Well, I was just saying, Nick, ring me up when they've got Irish boy bands on the go.
Yeah, when it's an Irish boy band.
Boy bands. I think, you know, Scott was saying like when he said on PMP the other week that he's going to go to the Brentford game. Get Russ to play his version of One and Only. That will get him out of the stadium.
Oh yeah.
Get Russ. That will get him out on Brentford. I'm going to might talk and play this at Brentford. I need someone to film it just to see Scott's reaction. Could you imagine?
Well, hopefully no fucker will see it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? But that's one way of getting. So, do you know what? I'm just going to threaten Scott with that. I'll say, listen, Scott, this is going to be played, mate. If I were you, I wouldn't be there. But yeah, if you want, like I said, I've been saying to people, get down your pubs, like support your pubs. This is a great time. They're going to have it on. Get together with other fans in a proper setting. You can have a beer, watch the game, be around like-minded fans, support your local.
I went to the Boleyn. Was it last week? I think it was last week. I was on jury service and did 2 weeks. Didn't get a case or anything. Boring as anything. But one day I was let off early, so I went into East London and I went to the old, you know, got off at Upton Park, walked down Green Street. I was going to go in Queens, but no, I wanted my trainers to stay clean, so I stayed out of the Queens. I walked down to the Boleyn, went to the sign still, you know, the Boleyn sign still on the wall near the Hammer Social Club, but there's a massive great tree or weed in front of it now, so you can hardly see it. So I went into the Boleyn, and you want about local pubs. That ain't local no more. I don't know what sort of pub it is now. To be honest,
I've stood up and gentrified.
They spent about 1.2 million on it.
As it, yeah, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a spit and sawdust sort of bloke. You know what I mean? I'm a simple bloke. I just like simple things. I don't like the fancy dancing. I thought it was fancy dancing.
Carpets, mate. Sticky carpets.
Yeah, that's it. The Queens. That's why I used to, at the old place. You know, the Queens was where I used to go. I didn't go to the Bowling because we come out of Upton Park, and the first pub down was the Queens, and you'd stick to the carpets. You know what I mean? But
yeah, proper. That's what you want.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Breaking. This is a bit of breaking news. Dan, Ryan, and Nick. That's Nick No C, but not that Nick. Did you see?
Me, then.
And did you see an article from Claret Hugh? Apparently, Fulkrug is out again on international duty. Out injured. Apparently, he's been injured on international duty again. Honestly, if he's got injured from international duty again, I mean, he should have been dropped anyway. But he needs to be banned off international duty.
I was just about to say it could be a blessing.
Yeah.
It could be a
if
blessing,
you look,
mate.
you looked at the Arsenal defeat. You looked at the scores of all the players. You know the you know, I think it was one of the papers. All the scores. They all scored about the same. Do you know what I mean? Except for Fulkrug, you know what I mean? He got less. You know, he got a lot less. So you know, get someone. Give someone else a chance.
Someone just said there that Fulkrug wasn't picked for Germany. I don't know who to believe anymore.
It's all AI. It's all AI.
Yeah, what's going on? People said he weren't picked.
Mate,
was he not?
This AI stuff is getting crazy. The amount of videos I've seen, even in our group chat the other day, I see Queen Elizabeth having a wrestling match with Stephen Hawkins. Mate, it's mental. This AI is crazy.
It also produces some masterpieces, like my version of Heavy Metal Bubbles, which is a masterpiece. If you like a bit of rock, bit of Metallica sounding, I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. Get onto Napalm Nick on YouTube, and have a listen to it. It rocks, man.
Yeah, I did. I was listening to it with Scott,
As
and
it-
I was
where's
sitting
it
there,
at?
and I was like, that's when I thought, oh yeah, this is AI, like, because it was so good. I thought, nah, no one who sounds this good is going to do a song about where bubbles, like, no way. But yeah, so no, do go check it out. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with this full Krug thing, if it's true or not. Like, I don't know. We'll keep up to date on that. But Marshall, I feel like Marshall is more likely to start than Wilson, because he hasn't even give Wilson a single second on the pitch, let alone to start him. You know what I mean? So Marshall starting up front, I wouldn't be mad at that. Some
Yeah.
legs up front.
Yeah,
So-
it gives him a chance, doesn't it? So
You got to take a gamble, haven't you? You got to take a
Yeah.
gamble.
Yeah. 100, because he can't do much worse than what flipping.
He won't
Fulcrug's
get
been
slated for taking a gamble off us lot. That's for sure. Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
you invest in the youth and you give him a chance. That's all you want, isn't it?
100%.
You know, it means so much. All these clubs, when we get the, like Potsy, you get the players who have come from the club, and you want them. You want them to do well because you can relate to them a bit more, because I don't know how much of it's true, but you just can relate to them. You know what I mean? And you just hope they know what West Ham's all about, and they'll give it all. And like I say, we're all a simple bunch, West Ham fans. I think we're just like we said earlier, we just want 100%. That's all we want. Want you to try 100%, and that'll do us. Win a few games, but don't worry about your fucking hair on tactic.
Yeah, that's it.
whoa. Leave the air out of it, mate. Please.
Do you know what, Nick? Like, you know what you should do? Like, say if we got Sullivan out this season, you should put out there that if he goes, you go to Turkey and get an air thing in Turkey.
Hey, you want to pay for it, son? I lost my hair at 26 years of age, mate. I can't remember what I look like with hair. I've got six grandkids and 3 kids since I've had hair. You know what I mean?
I know, I'd be so interested to see it, but that's older than I was when I lost mine. I think I went bald 23.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, 22, 23. I got to that point where it was like, nah, I need to fucking sort of get rid of this. So yeah, mate, it's I know the thing, but yeah, it would look weird if I had it. I'd rather be bald. I like being bald.
I went to a fancy dress the other week with the enemy, and I went as a Leonard Skinner person. Easy, cheap, basically t-shirt, jeans. It was 70s dress up, and I got a wig. And I put it on. I was like, I was loving it. And then about 10 minutes in at the pub, I'm like, fuck it, take it off.
Yeah.
Took it off straight away. But no, I must have been, when you've got it on. I remember seeing Ricky Gervais's Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
He went to he was doing one of them, that show he does when he's on his own ages ago, and he went and he got a wig on, but it was like a real pro job over in Japan or somewhere, and really good job it was.
Yeah,
he was so made up. Oh, did they? Yeah, he was so made up with it, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? That might suit me, one of them. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't do it now. I'd scare everyone.
Yeah, you really just turned up one day with a fucking full head of hair on.
Do you know what would suit you, Nick? A mohawk.
That's
metal
a mohawk. Yeah, that would go with the Thanos.
Or Boris Johnson
here. Yeah, that's true. Actually, if you got hair, Nick, it would kill the Thanos gimmick.
I'll tell you what. If Sullivan,
I can't see it.
If Sullivan sells the club by the end of the weekend, I'll shave my hair off and be bald as well.
Oh yeah, well,
and we get Scott. Like,
I swear, if I wake up tomorrow and breaking news, Sullivan, I'm leaving the country.
You love your hair, mate. You love your hair.
No, I don't love my hair, but I'm just like, yeah, I suppose people in work think I fucking dye my hair because I ain't got no grey hairs.
Are you just for men?
I'm 42. I've been lucky. I have got greys. It's more like, but because I have my hair cut sort of regularly, when the greys come in, they just cut them out. So Yeah, no, look, I would never be one to dye my hair. If I go grey, I'll go grey naturally. I've got a couple here in the front.
Oh, have you go through? You know the colour of my hair? When I grew, you know, in lockdown, I grew it because I have got hair. I just got a bit missing here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I grew it all out for lockdown for my granddaughters. Just thought I'd make them laugh. Do you know what I mean? And it was all tufty, and it's white. It's just white.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. You know what I mean? It's all
like Philip Schofield.
Yeah, it's just white. It's weird. And but I grew it for my granddaughters, and so I had this white.
Do you know what? Right? When we was in lockdown, like I remember being on furlough, and my hair grew really long. So I ordered a pair of clippers off of Amazon, and I thought, do you know what? I've got enough time to shave it off and grow it back. And I remember shaving it off, and it was a Friday morning. So I shaved it off. And then Friday afternoon, my manager rang me and said, "Can you come back to work Monday?" And I was like, "No chance." I said I had another 4 weeks off to let it grow back.
Fucking hell.
The main thing is that up until about the age of 18, I used to have skinheads all the time. Always used to have skinheads.
What changed though? What was the bit where you went, "Nah, I need to start growing it out"? What ended that for you?
Need to chat up the girls, Dan. Needed a bit of style. Boy, go. Bit of Westlife.
Yeah. Like,
I was going to say
go
you
on,
suit
Nick.
it right. You suit it, Ryan. My missus always says you look dapper and you look smart.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah. Dapper,
I've always
smart
got
man.
Charlotte. Got a good woman there, Nick.
I know, mate. I know.
Shout out to Charlotte, Ledge. The good luck question is: do you think chances, given chances to play consistently, do you reckon Marshall gets 5+ goals by the end of the season? If he's playing consistently, I think that's achievable in the team on a regular basis.
Was that Roy? Is that Hagar? Is that Roy Hagar? That was just that comment. That one you just put up, Roy Hagar. No, I just know because obviously one of my mates, Roy Hagar, I'm sure that must be him.
Is he a DJ?
Yeah.
That's probably it. He's got turntables and laptop in his profile picture. So he's a
Roy,
DJ.
comment again. I love Roy. Ain't seen him for a little while. Good bloke.
Well, there
You still see? Do you
Go
still see your Arsenal mate? You know, who met at your wedding.
I spoke to him the other day. I'm meeting up with him in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Lee.
Yeah, he was a good bloke. Him, nice bloke.
Yeah, I was avoiding him for the last week because of the fucking last week. But I'm meeting up with him on the 25th, going for a couple of beers. So
So what do you reckon to Roy's question then about Marshall? If he played consistently, do you reckon he gets 5+ goals?
I think he can. I think he'll be one of these players that a bit like how Defoe used to be. Someone who just always going to want to get in the box, in the 6-yard box and score goals. So, yeah, I definitely reckon Marshall, given a run of games, he can do it for no chance, Roy. No chance. Good man. We'll have a beer soon.
Solid airline.
We'll be down to Bex and Arms too. I'll get Taylor and everyone down there. We'll have a fucking piss up. We ain't had one for ages. But Marshall, I think will get a. Yeah, I can see him. He'll get a couple of goals.
He was close to getting one against Arsenal, like when he jumped up for that header. So he'd scored some decent goals in pre-season. So yeah, like if you put him in the team, create chances for him, I think he'll score goals. I really do.
You got to give him a go, ain't you?
Yeah.
Better than that big fucking German, anyway.
That's his nickname, everyone. The BFG. So yeah, listen, it's been a great show. I really enjoyed it. We had a good chat about all sorts, fucking Boyzone and air transplants, and obviously a bit of West Ham sprinkled.
I forgot to tell you, I'm off to Tottenham on Sunday. Right?
Oh yeah.
I'm off to
NFL.
Yeah.
What's that? The Boston Bruins that come over?
No, that's ice hockey, mate. Know your sports, son. Know your sport.
I don't follow this American. Was it?
No,
Boston?
this is American football. No, there's the New England Patriots. They're not playing.
Patriots, yeah.
It's the Jets, New York Jets versus the Denver Broncos. So I've got a freebie because I'll be honest, I couldn't afford a bloody ticket because I think the cheapest one's £130. You know what I mean? And I think we're quite near the front, so that's good.
Is that a friendly? Is it a friendly?
No, it's a league game, NFL league game.
Yeah.
Because of the news of European football, they've allowed is it the Italian or Spanish teams to play in bloody Australia and America. That will come here. That will come to the Prem. That will.
So you're feeding what Americans like are sitting there and thinking, look at them taking it over there.
No, I ain't paid for me ticket, so I ain't fucking feeding it.
Right, fair enough.
But yeah,
do you like the NFL, Nick?
Yeah, I'm a Pats fan, mate. You know me. I've been going to America since 19. Whatever.
Yeah, I've been to America so many times, and it's just one of the sports I just can't get into.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I do. Yeah. I'll let a secret. I used to play a little bit. I played for Lancashire Wolverines. You know, when I lived up north. Because when I stopped playing a bit of rugby league, I went into like the local team. They had a Wigan. They had a American football team called Lancashire Wolverines. So I went and played with them. But a lot of I'll tell you who's played for them. Vernon Kay. You know Vernon Kay from the television.
Yeah, Vernon Kay, the TV
presenter. I went and played with them because it was just full of old rugby league players, and it was just something away from, because at the time I was over in coast, it was always boxing. It was something different. It was my escape back then to go and play that. You know what I mean? So I could hit someone, and so I don't mind it, mate. I'll be honest. It's just Americans can do my head in a little bit. You know, that's the only thing.
Yeah,
I don't mind, but I'm going to go and watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it. Thanks to Mickey, I'm going to go and have a good laugh.
Yeah, I enjoy basketball. I can enjoy hockey. If I see hockey on, I can get entertained by it.
Ice hockey's good. That just starts. That starts this weekend. Ice hockey, NHL.
It's fast, isn't it? Like it's fast paced. That
I saw the Boston Bruins at New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden. That was fucking mad, mate. Mad.
You need to start bringing the hats out again, Nick. When we get you on fan cams, right, especially on TikTok, you'd have so many people,
mate. Well, if you go on the channel, I've got hundreds of it. I've just grabbed at the side. I didn't even know you were going to say that. I literally have. There's me New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Can't beat that, Pates. Then I must have about 80 hats.
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox, that's your baseball.
Yeah, you're going to get all the New Yorkers hating you there, Nick.
Fuck New York, mate.
The Celtics.
Boston Celtics. And then we got my favourite, Boston Bruins. That's the
I went to see when we was in New York. We went to see the Yankees. And they play. I can't remember. They played some was LA Angels. Is it the Angels or something? Is there a baseball team called Angels? Yeah, and it was all right.
They just
too bad. I was just so impressed how fucking fast the pitcher can throw the ball. Pitch the ball. Fucking hell.
Baseball's brilliant. Baseball's a brilliant game to watch. When you get into, if you like cricket, you'll love baseball. If you actually got into it,
I hate cricket, but I see the Yankees just lost to the Toronto.
They did
team,
to the Blue Jays, but that's no surprise because Blue Jays.
I thought that was a big deal. I thought that was a big shocker, big upset.
No,
do you know what?
Blue Jays have won the league this year.
Yeah, when we went, we bought the right cheap tickets right at the back. They was like $15. I went, yeah, fuck that. We walked down. We went and sat down in the where the tickets were like $250 and that.
Oh yeah.
From England, didn't I, Nick? They don't fuck about.
Yeah, they don't care.
Quite cheap and walk down the front until someone says something.
Boston United, no, that's a fucking team in fucking Essex, in fucking Norfolk, mate.
All right.
Yeah. I have.
Do you know what?
New England. I have got a New England Revolution hat, but I left it at work.
I've actually been to Boston's, right next to Boston's ground, not that long ago. When I was coming home from Butlins in Skegness, it was on the way home, and we stopped off for a piss. And it's right next to. They've got a new stadium now because we see their old stadium. and their new stadium is like all that 5G pitch sort of thing. But the old stadium, Boston United.
Is it a posh place, Boston? I've never been there.
It did look posh, Nick. It did look fucking posh.
Yeah, Nicky was in Orlando FCs, and I see he done a vlog. It's on the channel if you want to go check it out. He went to see a game, and it was $209 was one of their shirts. Like expensive over there.
Oh, well, I'll tell you now. I went to see the New England Revolutions versus the Colorado fucking Woolly-Backs or whatever they were called at the Gillette Stadium, which is the American football stadium. So I watch soccer in America, as they call it. I paid $15 for my ticket. With my $15, I got a hot dog and a beer.
Wow,
that was my entry.
Wow.
And I'll be honest, I lasted about 20 minutes, and I thought, "What the fucking hell is this?" This was shocking.
At the Yankees, Nick, I paid $19 for a can of Bud.
Oh yeah, no. No, but that shows, doesn't it? Because, like I say, at Madison Square, when I watched the NHL, that was about $20 for a bloody can. But if you go to the football, their soccer, it was literally, like I say, $15 a beer, and that was for you got a beer with your ticket and the bloody hot dog for $15 and the entry. It was like bloody hell, but the atmosphere was
not as big.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah, it's not as big, but yeah, I would go over there. I'd watch a
you got to enjoy other sports. You know, I like sport, so I watch the AFL. So I love Aussie Rules. Aussie Rules is fucking mad, mate. Yeah, it's a great sport.
Yeah.
I watch Aussie Rules. I watch NRL, the rugby league in Australia. It's head and shoulders better than the England rugby league, which is finals on Saturday. But you know, you got to watch other sports. I even watch the hurling, Tipperary.
Yeah,
I've been to boxing.
Just like me, like with the boxing, I've always wanted to watch a big fight. You know, like in Vegas, something like that.
Yeah.
No, never got around to doing it. Obviously, I was gonna say, like, obviously, I was too young, like when obviously Ricky Hatton fought out there against Mayweather and Pacquiao. So yeah, no, I'd love to have gone out to see one of the big fights. Would have loved it.
Yeah, I went. I saw GGG box at Madison Square Garden. I was sat next to James Toney, Lights Out Tony. Do you remember him? And, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was better than the English big fights, to be honest, because the English big fights, I don't know, so it's a bit missing. You can't see a lot. It's the football stadiums aren't the same. Do you know what I mean? Watching boxing fights, I don't think.
Someone just said there, we were speaking about off air before we come on about Ricky Hatton's funeral today. Sad. Still can't believe it. Like, it's fucking mad, isn't it? I love Ricky Hatton. You can see no one. I've not seen anyone say a bad word about Ricky Hatton. You know, and that's what shows what type of man he was. He was the people's champion. He was for the fans. He was just such a great bloke. Like, and you see the images from the funeral today, the turnout and the send off and the faces that were there, like from the boxing world. Not only the boxing world, but obviously, like you got Liam Gallagher was there as well. Obviously, good mates, a lot of footballers. So yeah, it's just such a sad, really.
It was very emotional watching that. Like you know, Ryan, I've been involved in Northwest boxing for 30 years. I'll tell you about a little story about Ricky Hatton. One of my boxers, his name was Sam Walsh. Never forget it. He boxed Campbell Hatton as an amateur. So it was in the Northwest final. So they both won a few to get there. And so Ricky was in the corner. I'm in the corner with my boy, this Sam Walsh, and we beat him. We beat him quite well, to be honest. After the fight, Ricky, he must have spent about half an hour with Sam Walsh, my lad who beat him, and just chatting away to him. He never turned anyone away, and you know you hear that, but when you see it all the time, the two boxers I've met most of them, and two in my time have always, the way they are with kids has always stuck with me. Ricky was one of them. He'd never turn anyone away, ever. And the funny one, and this will surprise you, was Amir Khan. Amir Khan was brilliant with kids. And that's all. I don't want a photo and a sign, whatever, you know what I mean? But to spend time. These legends, like he was a legend, and he'd spend all this time with his kids. And what a nice bloke. And like you say, Ryan, you never hear anyone ever say anything bad against him. One of my good friends, Bradley Ray, he's European champion now. He was trained by Ricky for the first few fights he was in Ricky's gym. I'll tell you a little secret. Well, it's probably not common knowledge, but while he was a pro, so he never had a fight. He had 0 fights. He was training in Ricky Hatton's gym. Ricky Hatton gave him an house to live in. Didn't charge him or anything. He gave him an house to live in. He did, not to keep, but obviously just to live. While he was training there, he had an house, and he had a house with him for the 4 or 5 years he was there. Never asked for him for a penny, and because he was one of his fighters, and he was. You can't. He was a brilliant bloke, and it's such a shame. It was so emotional watching that funeral, like you say, the funeral parade. And who was it who did the eulogy? It was
Alan. Oh fuck me, what's his name?
Was it Gary A. Davis? No, I
no.
can't remember his name. The voice of boxing. Yeah, I can't remember, but it was so emotional. You could see him holding it in, couldn't you? And you could see how much it meant. It was
Adam Smith, that's
it. And it was such a. I don't doubt we'll ever see another Ricky Hatton again.
Yeah.
No British fighter will get a following like Ricky Hatton. For him to take that many fans, wherever. The thing is, like, and I know obviously, like Ricky had his mental issues and he suffered a lot, but I always think about it. That bloke could have gone anywhere in the world, and if a Brit was there, they would know who he was. He would never have to buy a drink. He could have done, after dinner speaking for years, and people would have listened to him with his stories. It's just a shame that, someone like him, he had them demons. And I know a lot of it was to deal with the Pacquiao and Mayweather defeats, because he could never really get over them, could he?
No, that affected.
He fought them both at their peak, and it's just sad. And one thing I've got is that what you got me a few years ago, that signed Ricky Hatton picture. Remember when I met you at West Ham Station?
I can't remember, mate. I've been hitting the head too many times.
You got me that signed Ricky Hatton photo. Don't you remember when I met you from work?
Yeah, I met you at the station. Yeah, you were in a fancy motor. That was it.
Yeah, and you you got that for me.
I can't remember what I gave you, mate. Yeah,
it was signed Ricky Hatton, because you asked him to sign it with something West Ham on it, but he said, "Nah, fuck that, I ain't doing that." Yeah. But nah.
Yeah, no. I forgot all about that, mate. That was years ago.
Yeah, it was about 7-8 years ago. I've still got it. It's in my room upstairs. Pride.
He was a top bloke. He'd sign it. He'd never, like some of these. No, I won't sign. He'd sign anything for anyone. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what it was. He was one of us. He was a council estate waller, mate. That's all he was. He was a normal bloke. No airs and graces, no fanciness about him. He was a normal bloke. And grannies loved him. To young kids, to Northerners, Southerners, Scotland, Wales. It didn't matter. They all loved him.
I watched. I don't know if you watched the Criminal Connection podcast with Terry Stone, and he was really good mates with Ricky Hatton. And he done something on his channel the other day, and he was saying that Ricky Hatton was the type of bloke that if you went up to him in a restaurant, he'd let his food go cold to talk to you.
Yeah,
that type of bloke. He just loved the fans, and the fans loved him. And there'll never be another boxer like Ricky Hatton to get that loving.
No, it's such a shame. Such a shame.
So listen, rest in peace to Ricky Hatton for sure. Really, really sad. So he was supposed to fight this year as well, wasn't he? So that's the sad thing. So my internet is going haywire. That's why I'm in and out. It's kicking me out and shit.
We'll leave it there if you want, mate.
Yeah, mate. Great show. Some great chat. Nick, thanks for coming on, mate. Hopefully,
thanks for having me, mate, and putting up with me my rants and
Listen, mate.
It was a great show. It was like an old Friday night pint. We went from Sullivan out to boys' home reunions,
Yeah.
to fucking talking about ice hockey and all that, and then ending on that great bit about Ricky Hatton. So no, I really enjoyed it.
I'll get our TikTok guy to clip you up, put you on TikTok. We'll get another 700,000 views off you. Before.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, listen, mate, it's always a pleasure. We've definitely got to have you back on soon. International break. We're going to have some videos going up and then gearing up to the big Brentford game. Like I said, so we'll talk about that in different places. Maybe you can watch the game and we'll have a look into all of that. So, listen, thank you all for watching, everyone. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And one thing left to say. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.